Welcome to Human Athlete. How are you? So happy to see you guys. It's awesome. How are you? I hope you are good here. I hope you're doing well here. I hope your environment is supporting you and the people in your environment are supporting you and promoting you in the ways that you need, right? Health and wellness is the absolute foundation. So this and within your environments, right? We're trying to keep them all humming, right? All doing great. So once again, it's awesome to see you all. We have expanded the roster even again. Like I I have trouble finding words, to be quite honest. I'm not occupied with numbers. Not. This is not what I'm doing this for. But even at this 414, I think it was, like, I'm blessed. Human Athlete is looking to make better environments for athletes, primarily, and coaches and stakeholders in building in the 21st century environment so that they can thrive. Athletes can thrive on and off the field. But this psychology and the science goes sports and in the personal lives as well. You want to talk about life skills? Well, basically, that's what we deal with in massive degrees here at Human Athlete. So once again, thank you. I am blessed. I am Coach S. I'm a 14-year multi-sport coach in girls basketball, lacrosse, and predominantly football. Defensive backs coach. I pursued my coaching passions to the utmost degree in my world, graduating with a master's degree in sports science, psychology, athletic development, pediatric through young adult, and NCAA administration as well. So once again, I did the work at the top of my game, and I share it with you because really that's what I believe I need to do. So I'm thrilled that you're here. Coaches, do you put constraints on your players, on your athletes? Do you know what the constraint-led approach is? CLA, because everything needs an acronym. CLA. So the constraints-led approach is the constraining of the most basic motor skill or task that occur in your sport. To purposefully manipulate the task, constraints create different motor paths to improve that movement or a movement. Two examples of constraints that from a macro view, a bigger view of things, separate and divide things, right? Think cricket and baseball, right? It's the constraints and movements in those sports that make them different, right? One more example, think rugby and football, right? Those different constraints, right? And environmental differences, equipment, the field, the width, the length, right? Here's an everyday one, a bonus one, a pickup game. If you include another player or a younger player or an older player, right? That places constraints on everybody else. The rules change a little bit, right? So that's a everyday simple version of the constraints-led approach. All of these are different constraints to guide a better quality of movement or motor skill performance, right? To guide it in a better way. The goal is to find a stable pattern of movement. Now, when you have athletes trying to perfect a skill or improve a skill to their utmost, they end up going through this randomization of motor skills and movements, right? As athletes learn, they try to find a consistent pattern of movement to execute that skill. Their motor systems are working through any countless combination motor skill possibilities until it finds a consistent way to perform that task. I hope that makes sense. Accomplish that task to the best of their ability as they rebuild, right, these motor skills in a way that is unique to them, but improves the performance and the accuracy of that task, that specific task. A great example of this in all sports, where a task is performed in a unique way, right? We all know an athlete that somewhere is really kind of an outlier as far as their skills or their motor skills, how they deliver in tennis, a serve, or in football, how they pass, right? Basketball, how they shoot. Those are unique and specific to their own skills and physiology. You can see our conversation relatedly on degeneracy that I posted in November 20th of last year. So degeneracy, how your body moves autonomously and how you deliver a movement, a said task in your sport, how you put those motor skills together. Everybody is absolutely unique. Nobody does it the same way. But with the constraints-led approach, you can constrain your athlete in a way that improves that movement or that task. I hope that makes sense. As a coach, purposefully creating constraints on your athletes forces them to approach that task from a different system, right? Much like differential learning, right? You learn something from a different perspective. You learn something from a different approach. But in the end, the outcome is the same, right? Everything, there's a multitude of concerns and issues, movements. You can go into any said one task, a tennis serve, a golf swing, right? So differential learning, you learn that task from a different perspective in a different way, and hopefully that outcome is that your overall movement improves in efficiency in delivery. Constraints-led approach, CLA, right? I have so many examples to give, but the one that I think is most clear and the one that I usually give off the top of my head is when I coached lacrosse, I would put a goal in front of the other goal and we would play lacrosse. No goals counted unless they put their shot in the goal that was blocked. So that was one form of constraint. The other form of constraint would be for my defensive coverage. They could not look back. They could not do anything. They had to read the receiver that they were covering and their movements, and then react when they did to either intercept or block the pass, right? They were constrained to improve movements. If you want a constraints-led approach, it's right here. There you have it. It's a great book. It's a great read. The constraints-led approach is something you can add, coaches, in your repertoire to improve your athletes' movements, tasks, and overall game. So glad to see you guys. I hope everything is well. Again, happy to see you. Welcome to our new teammates. There's no hazing here. We just high five and hug or fist bump, whatever, with consent. Human athlete. Can't be one without being both.